Big D2R update this week. Big time changes to the Warlock. Spoiler, it's still really good. Big changes to how Sunder Charms work. We're going to check that out today on the War Club. Okay, lots of changes to how Sunder Charms drop. Let's start up the timer. We're going to do full act clears until we get a Sunder Charm. Got our first Herald here, the Herald of Fright. Only 5 minutes in. Going to show you all the Herald fights, explain a little bit about the changes. First change, player count does not affect Sunder drops. So, if you'll notice, when the game notifies you that a Herald drop is incoming, I am changing the difficulty. Right there, you can see I changed to players number 1. I use a macro on my mouse. I am running these clears at players 3 to get better drops. My paladin is level 90. The terrorized zones, therefore, are level 92, and this means that they are high enough level to drop every item in the game. Full game clears take a while, so it's a good opportunity to get some of those rare drops, and we are definitely going to see this later. Doing these runs with my Hammerden, the Heralds are surprisingly difficult. This is a very decked out Hammerden. Heralds will get more difficult the higher tier they get. Also, the odds of dropping a Sunder Charm will increase with the difficulty. At tier 3, the chances of a Sunder Charm drop double, and at tier 5, you get 3 times the base drop rate, which is probably not known just yet. Okay, so we have seen 3 Heralds. That Herald that just died was the tier 3 Herald. Each Herald is named differently. Tier 3 is Herald of Fear. Tier 4 is the Herald of Horror. That's what we got here. I believe I goofed up my macro and allowed this pack to spawn at P3. With their might aura and the ranged and the elemental damage, this actually proved to be quite difficult. Also can see that we're cursed. Gonna take a quick minute here to get these guys down. But we're gonna do it. Looking at the time though, 34 minutes, Herald number 4. If you played before the patch, getting 4 Heralds would take hours sometimes. I mean, you know, that's all kind of anecdotal, but let's just say it felt like it took forever. Yeah, boy, he's hitting pretty hard there, isn't he? While I finish this guy off, let's look at some of the other changes to Sunder Charm drops in patch 3.2. Latent Sunder Charms can now drop from any monster in the game, not just Heralds and not just terrorized zones. So, alright, well, okay, down he goes. Still no Sunder Charm yet. Okay, P3 running almost 400 magic find, and it is about to pay off, and boy did it pay off in a big way. That is a unique diadem. Super stoked. Super hype. Griffon's Eye. Legendary find. I don't know. Do you get any luckier than this? I mean, this is why I style myself the luckiest Diablo 2 player in the world. Out looking for a Sunder Charm, 38 minutes into the run, and Griffon's Eye drops. Awesome. Okay. Looking at this item, it didn't roll great, but are you going to complain about how this rolls, especially playing offline solo? No, you're not going to complain. Okay, here we are, back to the grind. Our first tier 5 Herald. Just a few seconds later, really. Actually took a break, socketed that Griffon's Eye. Carvers for a tier 5 Herald. The tier 5 is the Herald of Terror. One nice thing about terrorizing Act 1, you're going to get a lot of carvers, and they are probably one of the easiest Herald spawns you can get. So the Herald that spawns is of the same monster type as the one you killed when it displayed the message there. So I just killed one of these birds, and I'm going to get my second tier 5 Herald with a pack of birds. Again, another good spawn, super low hit points, dropped really fast. 3 times the drop rates of the Tier 1 Herald. Can we get the Sunder Charm here? No. No, we cannot. Still, getting the Heralds pretty quick. 45 minutes into the run, we're going to get our 7th Herald, our 3rd Tier 5 Herald. So the Heralds definitely appear to be spawning a lot faster. Getting this many Heralds in this amount of time before the patch would have seemed unlikely. Let me know in the comments what your own Herald spawns are going like, and if you're getting Sunder Charms or not. How long is it taking? I am going to get one right there on my 7th Herald. 46 minutes to get a Sunder Charm. Are you kidding me? I got 1 Sunder Charm prior to the patch, doing hundreds of terror zones, and in 46 minutes after the new patch, get my first Sunder Charm. I feel like this is pretty lucky, although I have heard stories of people getting Sunder Charms off of Tier 1 Heralds the first time they pop into the game after updating. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Legendary Griffon's Eye Drop, Cold Sunder Charm. I'm going to take this back to town. I am going to transmute it into the renewed Sunder Charm. We're going to look at the stats real quick. Not the greatest rolls. Again, are you going to complain about how your Sunder Charm rolls? I don't think so. Hey, we got 24 out of 25 on Magic Find. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to increment my run counter. I am going to terrorize Act 1, start over at Tier 1 spawns. They reset if you leave the game, and we're going to see how long it takes to get the next Sunder Charm. As always, thanks for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe so you know when that next video comes out. You've been watching The War Club. This is Nathan, and thanks for watching.